Well, it's day 31 of the government shutdown, and hundreds of thousands of government workers are still furloughed or working without pay. That includes members of the United States Coast Guard. Well, now a local Coast Guard family in Holyoke is collecting donations to help those impacted. Western Mass News reporter Caroline Powers with the exclusive story.
As the government shutdown continues with no end in sight, members of the United States Coast Guard continue to protect and serve our country without pay.
No DoD military member can engage in federal law enforcement. This is why the Coast Guard can board ships in shared waters, interdict drugs and migrants. It's one of those things that we have to play the game so that we make sure that we don't do anything that's against the rules. So not being part of the DoD, they didn't get funded.
David Reck served in the Coast Guard for 4 years. His wife, April, is nearing 25. She currently serves as a Reserve Chief Petty Officer at Sector Long Island Sound in New Haven.
As a reservist, she at least has a job to fall back on. So she is not as impacted, if you will, but it does still take time away from the family. And money has to go into the car to get the fuel and you know, for her to eat while she's down there and certain things like that. So luckily we're able to burden that.
But other families aren't so lucky. That's why the Holyoke couple is collecting donations for the Chief Petty Officer Association, a nonprofit that can disperse the items to members in need.
They still have to put fuel in their cars to drive to work. They still need to eat lunch. In the end, the entire Coast Guard's not getting paid, including some of the retirees.
While members of the Coast Guard need help with things like food, a lot of them also have families and could use things like diapers, toilet paper, and other household goods.
Those are the expensive things, but those are those things that if we can get that to them, it'll be a lot easier for them to put their money elsewhere where they need to put it.
If you'd like to help, we have more information on our website. In Holyoke, Caroline Powers, Western Mass News.